just a little update. Everything's wired in. There's power going to the Starlink. It's showing us a Wi-Fi hotspot. Maybe there, buddy. He's on his phone, looking on the Motorhome app, using his phone in his hand. Idiot. Anyway, I digress. As soon as I connect the app to the dish, I'm calling it a dish. As soon as I connect the app to the dish, it loses Wi-Fi and sort of disappears off my phone. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether it's just where I was. But anyway, we're going to test it and again in a little while. For now, I have to go to the dentist and spend the guts of nearly 600 quid on one tooth, which has been slowly falling to bits. But anyway, I'll keep focused on the Starlink. I'll bring you back. It's still the same day, still wearing the same t-shirt. So I'm outside the engineering place that have made me my bracket. It's fucking early. The reason I had to come down this morning on a Saturday is I didn't confirm when I could pick this bracket up. All I was told is give him a ring on Friday and then it should be ready. So I had given him a ring about 3:30. Well, in fact, I did better than that. I turned up at 3:30 on a Friday. I thought I'll just call in and see if he's got it done. The problem was they shut at 2:30. When I went in there to get the job started on a Monday, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, he didn't mention that they shut early on a Friday. I rang the owner. He said, no bother, I've got a bit of work to do on a Saturday morning. If you're down at about 8 o'clock, so I'm going to be there for 10 minutes. And I'll give you the bit. So this is the bit. On the Starlink, they give you this bracket. Now, this is a 50mm bracket hole, right? So you need to get a pipe that fits that. So this is 50. They've made me this. I'm going to paint it, make it look a bit nicer. But it's steel. They've done a little bit of welding in there. So this is a 48mm outer diameter going down into a 42mm. That fits into here. So it works perfectly, as you can see. So I'm going to then put this 42mm diameter over the top of a 36mm pipe. So that's today's job. Wiring in all of that to fit this pipe and run the electrics to the Starlink dish. I've got another 12-volt socket adapter coming from Amazon. There's a link to that in the description as well. I've also got some cabling coming. So this is 16 AUG cabling, 1mm cross-threaded, whatever. I've got 5 meters of that. I needed a power cable anyway. So I'm just going to connect it directly to my leisure batteries. It's great having Starlink. It's fantastic. Honestly, the speeds we're getting, even with some minor obstructions, still pretty good. Still better than cell tower stuff. I'm going to go back home now. I'm going to get a coffee. I've got a headache. I've been up most of the night with my grandson because we're babysitting. And he loves to kick you in the face when he's sleeping. I think he's a secret UFC fighter in the making. Coffee, probably a nap because it's early. And then start work. Climbing in and out around this motorhome. Right, so back at the van, just stripping out the wardrobe, taking all the shelves out, taking the bracket out, moving all Mrs. M's clothes over here. I'm going to strip out this channel in. So this is the socket I stuck in. Not enough power. This cable is just too small. So I'm going to strip out this channel here and run the Starlink cable and bring it out probably in the same spot here and then have it fading up into the aerial tube which is coming out. Drill all this out, drill the aerial off. Lucky for me, the Starlink cable that comes as an optional extra for £52 is long enough for me to run it from the aerial down the channel under the van. I'm going to then take it under the van, under the floor here, into where the batteries are. So the batteries are under this seat. The batteries are under this seat down here. So I'm going to do that now. It's going to take ages. I've also got some cable armor that I'm going to feed the Starlink cable through and then fix it underneath the van before it comes back up into the battery bay. It is 8:30 in the morning, Saturday, and there's a storm coming this weekend. So I want to get as much of this done as I can before the rain comes, and I've got till tomorrow to get this finished because we're back away again. So without further ado, I'll bring you back later. we are 95% there. The only thing we're waiting on now is the order from Amazon, which will allow me to have the 12-volt socket, which is what I've ordered, and the cable that is going to allow me then to connect. It's just a little, I probably need about a foot, but I've ordered 5 meters. I ordered 5 meters because I thought I was going to run the cable from the leisure batteries down here to the point where I needed them in there. The cable that came with the Starlink that I bought extra, which I've already told you about, is long enough, which is great. So I've got everything wired up, the roof's done, the cable is all channeled through, it goes under the van. So the cable comes in here and runs along, and then I've got it then running back up into the battery bay. Yeah. It hasn't started raining, has started spitting, but we're nearly done. So I'm just waiting for the Amazon driver to arrive, and then I can do the last bit. Plug in the Starlink adapter, this thing, and you need it. The USB-C cable will not in itself have enough power. I've already explained all that earlier in the video when I started this. This is day 2 from then. So I'll show you the roof installation, shall I? The bracket that we picked up this morning. It's all fitted, secured tightly in. I broke my M5 thread maker putting a hole in this steel, so I had to do an emergency shop in town to find a new thread maker, which I managed literally just finished the job, and the part cost me 14 quid. It's a bit ridiculous. It's all secured, it's not going anywhere. This M5 cuts through the hole that held the original aerial, so this is not going to pop off, and everything is, well, I've tightened it underneath. Inside you can basically turn this around to align it to the satellites, so it's not wired up yet inside because I'm just waiting for the 12-volt adapter. I'm quite pleased with myself. The thought process involved in this was elaborate, let's just say. Having the idea of getting somebody to make this adapter bracket and having the ability to go to a local engineering firm who charged me a tenner for it. And I really appreciate the fact that the owner of the company turned up this morning. I think he had a bit of work to do himself, but the owner of the company and said, look, I'll come in at 8 o'clock, I've got a few bits to tidy up if you're there, I'll only be there for 10 minutes. So yeah, I'm really appreciative of AC Engineering in Limavady. Shout out to them. I'll put a link to their Facebook to anybody who's in this area. It's a bit niche. Come on Amazon, let's get this finished, and I can rebuild my sofa area again, and then I'm going to go get the van washed. Let's get this finished when they come, and we'll show you it working. Probably shouldn't have told that off. I have working Wi-Fi. I is very happy. Everything's wired in. Let me just give you an overview. This is the adapter that I bought off Amazon. Link in the description below. So this is the splitter basically. It's got USB on one side and it's got 12-volt socket on this side. The reason I've put it here, I can then access it if I need to, just unplug it directly and not drain the batteries. So like winter months, maybe we're parked up for a week and we don't really need the Wi-Fi or whatever if we're staying indoors. It's done. It's working. It's fast. I had to split the network into 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. The reason for that is the CCTV around the van only works on 2.4 gigahertz. So I've adjusted that. This has taken me from 8:30 with a couple of hours waiting for parts to arrive to 4:30 when the parts did arrive and me fitting around and taking phone calls. Family life. What's left for me to do now is put everything back together and tidy up and put everything away and throw the old aerial in the bin. Very productive day. One day took me to do all of this, and probably a couple of days worth of planning and thinking about it, just with the way my brain works. Thanks for watching. Dull as shit, I know, but hey, this is what living in a van is all about. You need, especially when you're a digital nomad, we work online, we need a good signal, and tomorrow night we're going to really get the benefit of it because there's a spot I just love on Benevena Mountain. However, we just can't get a signal up there. There's no O2, there's no EE, there's no Vodafone. But now we have Starlink, so we can point it to the sky and get the internet super fast
which means we can still work if we want to stay up there for a couple of days, which we will be. We'll be probably up there for a couple of days. So yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. Have you got Starlink in your own van? What is your connectivity like? Let me know in the comments below. And again, I'm running a competition. If you want to get yourself a t-shirt, there's a link to that in the description. Only runs for the month of August 2025. So if you're watching this in 10 years time, you're too late. I'll probably be dead anyway. But yeah, so if you want to get yourself a t-shirt, follow the link in the description on my link tree and you can enter. Again, it's only for August 2025. Right, bye!